In 1980, a young man with cancer, his right leg bleeding from the friction of a prosthetic limb, was struggling down a road that stretched across Canada. His name was Terry Fox, a marathon lover, a fighter, and soon, a national hero. 3 years earlier, he was diagnosed with bone cancer. To save his life, doctors amputated his right leg. But instead of surrendering to fate, Terry turned pain into purpose. While in the hospital, he learned how little funding Canada had for cancer research. He saw children, adults, entire families consumed by the disease. And he decided to do something about it. So he came up with an idea that sounded impossible. A run across the entire country to raise money for cancer research. He called it the Marathon of Hope. On the morning of April 12, 1980, Terry dipped his prosthetic leg into the Atlantic Ocean at St. John's, Newfoundland, marking the start of his 8,530-kilometer journey across Canada. His goal was to raise $1 million Canadian dollars. Before leaving, he filled 2 bottles with Atlantic seawater. One to pour into the Pacific when he reached the finish line in Port Coquitlam, his hometown, and one to keep as a reminder of his dream. At first, few paid attention. The media ignored him, and only his friend Doug Allward followed behind in a small camper van. But every morning at 4:30 a.m., before the cities woke, Terry was already on the road, wearing his Marathon of Hope t-shirt and shorts, hopping step by step, one good leg forward, one metal leg dragging behind. It was slow, painful, and relentless. But something began to change. People saw him, really saw him. They saw the grit, the determination, the purpose behind every step. One by one, they joined him. Crowds began to form. Streets filled with cheers. Donations poured in. By the time illness forced him to stop, Terry Fox had raised 24.17 million Canadian dollars, roughly $1 for every Canadian at the time.
Sometimes I have to run in a lot of pain and I get pretty tired, but I don't feel any pain when I get to board like this.
But fate, as always, has a final blow delivered. On September 1st, 1980, after 143 days on the road, 9 prosthetic limbs were replaced, and 5,374 kilometers were completed. Terry Fox was forced to stop. The cancer has spread to his lungs. He's only 1/3 of the way to reaching the Pacific Ocean. Less than a year later, on June 28, 1981, Canada fell silent. The whole country mourns the loss of a 22-year-old hero. The national flag was lowered to half-mast. Terry Fox is gone, but his dream is not. He has never poured the water of the Atlantic Ocean into the Pacific Ocean, but he has bridged something bigger, the distance between hope and despair, the distance between one's struggle and the heart of a country. Terry was not defeated. He became immortal. Like a meteor, his light burns quickly, but it still shines in the darkest sky. Since 1981, Canada has been honoring his legacy in the Terry Fox Run, an annual event that now spans more than 60 countries and has raised more than 800 million Canadian dollars for cancer research. In 1986, the high school Terry once attended in Port Coquitlam was renamed Terry Fox Middle School. Outside Parliament Hill, a bronze statue of Terry in motion stands unveiled by the governor himself. Terry Fox aptly became the youngest person in history to receive the Medal of Canada.